Hey, I've made videos previously on my experience quitting weed as a daily smoker for over 10 years, and I thought I would talk about something else that I've quit. I've seemed to become quite the quitter, I guess, in a positive way though. Um, I quit vaping about the same time that I quit smoking weed, but before that, I was a smoker on and off throughout my 20s. To give a little history, I was a cigarette smoker from my teens pretty much all the way through my 20s. My teens were more of a social thing. I don't feel like I was ever really hooked on cigarettes at that point in my life. But when I was in my 20s, though, it changed because I was doing a job that you could smoke pretty much anytime you wanted. So I'd work like 12-hour shifts, nights and days. And when you're on nights, especially, it was so easy to go through almost a whole pack in a shift. It was just pretty much boredom. I would quit on and off pretty frequently throughout the time I did smoke cigarettes. Whether it even be days, weeks, months, maybe even a year here and there. I don't even know if I made it that long. But I did quit, and I always had the same way of quitting. I always quit cold turkey. And the time I usually did quit smoking cigarettes was when I either had like an illness, like I had a cold or I was just really hungover and smoked the whole pack during a night of drinking, and I couldn't imagine having another cigarette after that. I remember when I quit smoking cigarettes for the last time. It was about 9 years ago, and my wife and I were in the hospital. She was about to give birth to our first daughter together. And I remember it just being really boring and going out for lots of cigarettes while waiting for labor to happen. During one of those smoke breaks, I came to the realization that I only had a few smokes left. And I remember like thinking to myself that, this would be a really good time to quit smoking cigarettes for good. I mean, we're about to have a baby and I only have a few smokes left. And maybe I should try and quit now. Surprisingly, I did just that. I quit smoking right after that pack, and I've been smoke free for almost 9 years now. It'll be 9 years in a couple months, and I've not had one puff of a cigarette since that pack was finished almost 9 years ago. And I'm proud to say I'm a non smoker now. But about 6 months ago, I went on a work trip and started vaping. Out of boredom on this trip, I decided to go for a walk and check out some stores near my hotel. And while I was out for that walk, I saw a vape store. And my wife vaped at the point, so I thought I would check it out and see if I can get her one. So I bought two of them and I decided I'm going to smoke one of these on my trip because, well, I know I don't need it. I know I can quit when I want. I'm on vacation and everyone here smokes cigarettes anyway and vapes, so it'll be an easy way to socialize too. Uh, I regret this decision, and my stupid brain justified it in those ways. Because when the trip was over, I was still vaping. I kept it to a nighttime thing though at first, and I was only doing it in the evenings. And then, like, kind of when I smoked weed, because I was smoking weed at that point, and I didn't on the trip, but when I came home, I'd like smoke weed in the evenings and usually vape afterwards. It was just kind of, I kept it simple. And then slowly I started vaping, you know, even if I wasn't smoking weed at nighttime. And then it was on the weekends too. And then, you know, over time, at probably about the 4 month mark, I was vaping at work now because I never brought it to work before that. And then around 4 months, I started wanting it enough because, like, when I, like, near that point, I was actually at work thinking about, I couldn't wait to get home to vape after work because I wasn't bringing it to work. And I didn't see it as a big problem then, but when I started bringing it to work and smoking it as like a cigarette break, I realized it was becoming a problem and I realized I had to quit. So we went away for a long weekend to my wife's parents' trailer, and I remember thinking that I didn't want to vape there. My wife vapes, so it is around, and I did vape on the first 2 days we were there. Very lightly, but I still did it. And then the last day we were there was a Monday, and I woke up and thought to myself, this is the day. It's a start of a week, and today's the day I'm going to quit. I'm not going to vape today. And I'm proud to say that now I'm over 30 days vape free. I'm hoping I'm done with the weed. I know I'm done with the cigarettes. I have no cravings for cigarettes anymore. And I'm pretty certain I'm done with vaping too. And I want nothing to do with that anymore. So if you're trying to do the same, good luck to you. And I hope it works out for you the way it did for me.